Alright guys, so I've ridden 15 times and now I'm gonna do my first day of riding switch. I gotta relearn everything because now I'm using my left foot forward, which is my uncomfortable foot. And let's see how we do. Switch day! Woohoo! Alright.
As I rewatched this video, I decided I'll add a little bit of commentary to laugh and to cringe, and to add some additional suggestions and comments. Being able to ride switch is something that's very important to me, and I challenge others to do it all the time.
You want to get your back toe, your back foot toe, roughly where you want your back foot to be, so that you can just simply swivel it into place. And then you're gonna do your front foot forward, but you gotta have enough speed to keep the board planing on the surface. Holy cow, that was insanely wobbly. Okay, and now we're gonna proceed to touch and goes. Man, I need to work on lunges with my left foot forward. That was insanely wobbly. Okay, now we're planing. You're gonna keep your front foot particularly heavy because you do not want to fly except for tiny bits. All right, let's try gear 13. Try again. Get your head over the tip of the board. Back toe in your back foot place. Front foot in a deep lunge. Number 3.
That last crash was probably too much of a deep lunge. Just want to stand tall through your front leg, keeping the nose down, until you're ready to fly. But as mentioned in the beginning of the video, you are your own instructor. You already know what to do. You just got to build the muscle memory, you got to give yourself encouragement, and be patient with yourself. Be sure to reward yourself with ideal conditions. If you were taking a friend out to learn to eFoil, you would take them out on a day with good weather, smooth water, but maybe not perfectly glassy water, because glass sometimes has a spatial awareness overdrive issue where you feel like you're in a house of mirrors.
All right, far out. Number 4, switch challenge. Are you up for the challenge? Switch challenge. Yeah.
As you can hear in my voice, I'm getting super pumped. That last ride, I got a lot of air time. I can promise you that as you learn to ride switch, you will get so pumped, so fired up. It's just awesome. Learning to ride switch is super rewarding, and you'll gain a greater appreciation for learning and teaching to ride an eFoil. You'll become a stronger, safer, better rider, and it's just so much fun.
All right, I gotta try bending my knees a little more. Just a little bit of waves out here.
Here it comes. I told you I like to talk about how shaky I am. You too will most likely be quite shaky on your first day riding switch. I ride switch in all my board sports and I was still quite shaky.
Boy, am I shaky. I am using the larger wing.
I prefer the ride of the smaller patroller wing, but the explorer wing I found handy in my first day riding and also in my first day riding switch, and any other days where I just have a more mellow mood, which is quite rare.
Woohoo! Alright, try to relax.
Try to relax, he says, right before he goes down and then gets bonked in the head by the board.
Number 5? I've lost count. Pretty sure it's 5.
There's 1 or 2 other crashes in this video that are a little bit cringy, but I'm traveling slow, got my helmet, and the board is made out of foam, but the wings are not, so you always want to try to fall away from the wings, fall behind the board, whatever you can to get away from those hard and sharper objects. Remember, even a fist with momentum behind it can draw blood.
Chest up.
While you're out on the water, talk to yourself. I'm talking to myself and also those who are watching the video. Psych yourself up. Try to really emphasize the correct positions. Talk to yourself and give yourself encouragement.
And you know you're off the water when you stop hearing the sound of the water. Whew. Why am I so toe side heavy? Woo!
I laugh at that part every time. You'll most likely be drinking some lake water or some salt water wherever you are. I'm definitely less shaky and wobbly standing up compared to the first time, but there's definitely some noticeable fatigue there. I'm also beginning to get a bit tired. Riding switch the first few times will be quite tiring, but I promise it'll get better and better, and eventually you can start riding 50-50, half of the time switch and half of the time your normal stance. Some days you'll want to start switch, and some days you'll want to start normal. Speaking of fatigue and getting tired, being able to ride switch gives you the opportunity to strengthen your muscles in a more balanced way. You can also take a break by switching your feet. You will give yourself greater endurance. There's just so many benefits to being able to ride switch. You just gotta take the opportunity and the patience to do so. In the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this day was my 15th day riding the eFoil. Foiling is so different and so unique that I wanted to be comfortable with the new sensation of flying and surfing simultaneously before I moved on to riding switch.
Woo! Switch challenge! Do you accept the switch challenge?
I'm definitely getting pretty stoked and excited for my progression up to this point. So back in 2020, in the summer of the pandemic, I learned to wake surf for the first time, even though I've been wakeboarding all my life. I guess I prefer the speed and the jumping of wakeboarding. But wake surfing was so similar to wakeboarding and also one wheel that I started to learn switch right off the bat on the first day. But foiling is just so different, I had to wait those 15 days.
To really force myself to relax a little bit. Try to keep my legs from shaking. Keep my back straight. My knees a little bit bent. My chest up. And pointing my lead shoulder where I want to go. So if I want to go toe side, then
Good fall, good fall.
Alright, I think this is 7. We're going to do a heel side turn, and then we're going to do a toe side turn, back to a heel side turn.
I'm starting to get pretty elevated here. You can actually see and hear the wing coming close to the surface as it ripples in the water behind me. making me a little bit nervous.
Toe side, turn.
And here it comes, another not so ideal crash where I go out the front and the board hits me in the head and the back of the shoulder, and I even turn around like, hey, who's there? During this 8th ride, I get highly elevated again. If you are someone who likes to listen to music while you ride, I would suggest leaving the music at home or turning it down greatly so that you can better hear when the wing is close to the surface or if it breaches, as well as if you get too low. You want to use all of your senses, including your hearing, to better feel the whole sensation of foiling to help you improve and get better. Stay calm, stay relaxed. Elevation changes should be gradual, but always be ready to bail if need be. Here comes the ripple of the wing. Listen closely and you'll see it behind me. Coming up is the type of fall you want to avoid at all costs, falling towards the wing and the mass. I did not actually land on or get hit by the wing and the mass, but it's definitely a wake-up call.
Well, getting a little close to the soil there, and then that's not what you want to do. Because I've been cut before. I actually sanded the wings down because I was cut once. So I think I might switch to comfortable foot forward because I'm definitely getting tired.
Even though I clearly identified that I was getting tired and getting sloppy, I decided to go for just one more. If you ever have the thought, just one more and you're tired, don't. You can just go again the next day. Rest up. Try again another day. It's just not safe or worth it to fly fatigued. Don't foil and fly fatigued. But no worries, nothing happened. I did not get injured or fall worse than I did before. I simply just did one more, but one more can lead to one more, and can lead to one more. Flying is super fun and highly addictive. Fly safe. When you are ready and you feel comfortable and conditions are right, I invite you to take the Ride Switch Challenge. And whether you ride Switch or not, I hope you live life to the fullest.
And don't fly too high until you're more stable, because I'm super wobbly, especially as I'm getting more tired from climbing up and down the board. And when you're tired, you're more likely to make mistakes.